What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN, USD. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 14th of July, and here we are at about 1.93 cents, just under 2 cents. We had a high today of about 2.05 cents, just under there. We've been saying it. But this one here, right, compared to any of these other pumps on the way down, this one's different. This one is definitely different. And I think that at this point in time, it's kind of irrefutable. There's no way to really argue that. It absolutely is different. We're seeing some better results than we have really since April. Right? This is the first time we've gotten overbought. That's the deepest reading we've seen in the overbought zone on the RSI. Same thing with the 4-hour time frame here. We're getting deeper in the overbought zone. The last time that we got overbought to this extent, I mean, hell, what was it? It was all the way back here. All the way back here, whenever we were pumping back on April 7th to April 11th there. That was when we had that 260% pump, right? We're getting this, not same readings, but similar readings now. The only readings that have been this strong since that time were this time. That's it. Nothing else was this strong since then. So, and each pump that we had came down, pump that we had came down, pump that we had came down, right? This one, pump, consolidated, continued to pump. Different, right? Higher highs, higher lows. And then, of course, we knew that this would happen. Because whenever you break out above, the nipple of a W here, right? You got the W right there. When you break out above that focal point right there, you don't really go back down. You tend to. I mean, if you do, that's bad. That's actually really bad. And we're not expecting bad things to happen for XCN. We're expecting great things to happen for XCN, my friends, and great it is, right? 10.9% so far on the day. We got a lot more growth to go. 9 hours left in the day. I mean, wouldn't it wouldn't surprise me at all if by the end of today we were up above 2.2 cents, right, or higher. We really could be. If we're looking at this from a high, that was not the high. I got that wrong. But we're gonna get the high to low here. High to low, golden ratio down. You found support just above the 236, and I gotta admit it's kind of weird. But here we are finding a little turbulence at the 0.5 now. I would assume that we do continue to run up into this golden ratio area. Maybe find a little turbulence there, but really we should blast right through this. We've already had 1, 2. Even like a third attempt to this golden ratio area. I would think it's a very weak zone right now to break through, and doing what OnyxCoin does best, which is just launch on a moon mission. I would anticipate that we see prices that are exceptionally higher in a very, very, very short amount of time, my friends. We should be above, I would think we should be above 5 cents, if not by the end of this week, sometime by the end of the month, obviously. And I'm expecting that we will be all the way up at 8 cents by the end of the month, or something around there, right? As we continue on our path up to riches and glory, all the way up to 26 to 32 cents. I'm going to be curious to see if there's any hateful comments in this video, right? They're slowly withering away over the past 2 days. They kind of came back a little bit, but they talk so loud. Even what's funny too, right? You guys remember? I don't know if you watch the videos from like the last 2 days. They'll say, oh, and now it's dumping back down. But they'll also say, this wasn't a pump. What are you talking about? That wasn't a pump. So a 14% move up, 14.5%, that wasn't a pump. But this was a dump, 2% to the downside, that was a dump. You know what? I don't get it. I don't get the logic here. You can see when people are emotional, right? It's the same thing when you're at the top. If people are saying, oh, TA doesn't matter, it can't go down, TA doesn't matter, it's just going to go up only. It's the same thing, right? It's like it's illogical thinking. Whenever there's illogical thinking to one direction, you know that just kind of reinforces the idea that, yes, in fact, we are moving up higher. It's inevitable at this point, guys. I told you that breaking this level was instrumental in getting this move that we are starting to produce now. If we're looking at this on a weekly time frame, we're up 11.8% on the week. Oh yeah, it's Monday, so it's a brand new week for this thing, right? So every percent today up is the percent of the whole week. Okay, we got 6 days, 10 hours left in the week, or 6 days, 9 hours left, I should say. Yeah, 6 days, 9 hours left. If we're looking at this on the 1 hour time frame, let's go here. Zoom all the way in. We've gotten overbought. Volume's coming in. We like to see it. A little bit of a shakeout here, right? Came back down, and then you're wicking back up. I mean, man, this is happening exactly what we're expecting it to do, right? You're just going to move up really fast. By the time most of you watch this, we're probably going to be at higher prices, regardless of what Bitcoin's doing. Understand, guys, over the last 8 hours, Bitcoin has moved down, right? 4 hour time frame here, 7 hours. Let's say 7 hours, because there's 1 hour left in this 4 hour time frame. So over the last 7 hours, Bitcoin's moved down, and OnyxCoin has moved up dramatically, at least in the last 3 to 4, right? Even with this little drop, we've moved up. So Bitcoin can shake out. Hell, it can go lower. I doubt OnyxCoin is going to go lower, right? I mean, maybe it goes lower than its current price, but I doubt it goes lower than that focal point at 1.7 cents, right? We're not going back below there. Looks very good. Very, very bullish on the RSI. Very bullish on the price action. 5 minutes left in this 1 hour candle. I wouldn't be surprised if it came down a little bit lower, actually. I know I just said that I thought that by the time most of you watch this will be higher, and maybe. But if I could redact that, maybe we do come down a little bit, find support at this prior area of resistance down there at about 1.8 cents, maybe even just below there, and then we'll continue to run. Get this RSI to cool off a little bit, probably produce a lower low in the RSI, and then we'll continue to run. Higher low in the price, lower low in the RSI. That is hidden bullish divergence. That's a good thing. It's nothing to be afraid of. But we might not get that at all. OnyxCoin, when it moves up, man, it's anything but rational. It kind of defies gravity. And anytime you try to call for a pullback in moments like this, you're more likely to be wrong than you are to be right. So be careful with that. Don't be trading this thing right now. Okay, that's not financial advice, but just my opinion. Looking at this on a 4-hour time frame now, we are finding support right in trajectory with this RSI here, right? All these lows coming up. I mean, it's even kind of, I guess it's perfect. Yeah, it is perfect. I like how we tried to come down here. We rejected the overbought zone and we couldn't even touch the trend line. We're back in the overbought zone. That's a very, very bullish reversal right there. We've just gotten overbought. I don't think that it stops here, man. By the end of the day, by the end of this day, maybe not by the time most of you watch this, but by the end of this day, I would very much believe that OnyxCoin is not just above 2 cents, but probably above 2.2 cents. And then the trolls will come out and be like, it's at 2.15. You were wrong. Okay, I was wrong, and I'm making money. You got me good, man. You got me real good there. I was wrong, and we're still making money. Isn't that something? Isn't that nice? It's no pressure. It's no pressure to be wrong. It's no pressure to be right, right? You don't want to follow the people who have a lot of pressure and anxiety about being right or wrong, right? And you can tell who those people are because when they're wrong, they'll never admit if they're wrong. And when they're right, they're like slamming the desk. They're getting all irate. I told you. I'm the best in the space. Nobody does it like I do. Or they'll play a soundbite from a video that they called for upside and downside. Like we don't do that here because it doesn't matter. Who cares? Being right, wrong, it doesn't matter. I've been wrong plenty of times since April. I've been wrong plenty of times. I'm not going to start celebrating now that all of a sudden we're right. It has nothing to do with that. It's all part of the plan, right? When it goes against the plan, you buy more. You buy more for whenever it finally goes your way. And when it goes your way, you're only going to have more and it's going to go up more, right? It doesn't matter. You're listening. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. You're going to make money as long as you just stick to the basics. You stick to the plan. And the plan is buy and hold, and buy some more and hold some more. And if you get lucky, it'll go down and you can buy some more. And then whenever it goes up, you'll have even more. And I was actually reading a comment. Somebody said that they first bought in at like 2 point something cents. They've been DCAing in and they've got their dollar cost average down to 1.6 or 1.7 cents, something like that. Congratulations. I responded to you in the comments. I forget what your name was, your username. But congratulations, man, for people like that, right? Buying at a arguably non-ideal moment, wherever it was, DCAing down to get his dollar cost average down, and finally, after all this time, you're in the green. You've gone through it. Somebody like that is going to have conviction. They're not going to be playing this game, this little cookie cutter game of trying to sell every high and buy every low. They're going to catch a good majority of this move. And I would bet somebody like that continues to buy on every dip that comes their way. They're going to see it as a buying opportunity or wherever the price may take them. Even if they, at this point in time, start to raise their dollar cost average, their initial investment point, whatever their average cost of entry is. Even if that raises, don't be afraid of that, by the way, guys. If you're afraid to put money into something because it'll rise, it'll what's the word I'm looking for? It'll increase your dollar cost average. That's not a good way to look at it, man, because more money is more money. Invested in this will make you more money. So who cares, right? Even if your dollar cost average is all the way down, like mine is all the way down at 0.0026. Even if your dollar cost average is all the way down here, it's a good time to buy because we're about to break out. We're about to rip all the way through the freaking roof, man. Daily RSI just getting overbought. Fantastic. I've been expecting that this move will be stronger than the last move. We'll probably get stronger results, right? Looking at the RSI here, I mean, for what it's worth, the last couple times we've been overbought, that's actually the weakest result that we had. So it's very sensible that we would go up to the 90 or higher even from here. So we got a lot of growth to go, you guys. By the end of this week, things should be shaping up to a rather exciting extent. If we're looking at this from a high to a low, again, we've gotten above the 0.5. I think that we're going to rip and run. If we're stopping anywhere at all, it would be at least at 3.3 to 4 cents. But even after that, I would expect that we continue to grow. Ultimately up to 8 cents, if not by the end of this week, then sometime very, very soon. And then as we get into August or later July, we should be approaching this 26 to 32 cent area. That's my expectation at the moment, and that's been the expectation for months now. I don't think I have anything else that I want to say. You know what? Let's look at the ribbons real quick, and we'll look at a couple indicators real quick actually, because we saw this coming. We saw this coming even without the RSI. Oh, wait, whoa. That's not, I don't need all that. I just want the RSM. There we go. The MACD was very telling, right? Very, very telling. Because the zero, the oscillators here are crossing above the zero on the daily time frame. That's a very bullish sign. We had the 4 hour crossing above the zero here a few days ago. And then the daily was looking like a 1 or 2. Those two things together, the MACD is a lagging indicator, but in this kind of essence here, we actually had a little foresight given to us that we would break through and that we would see something exactly on to this kind of effect, if not even more bullish. I wouldn't be surprised if it is more bullish by the end of the day. We look at the weekly time frame here, crossing above the zero on the daily time frame. That's a good thing. We've essentially just done that, so we have a lot more growth to go. Okay, you don't just cross above the zero and then come back down. Weekly time frame looks bullish. You know, it's starting to turn the tide. Stochastics look bullish. Weekly RSI looks bullish. We're not getting a whole lot from that. So let's look at the ribbon real quick, and then we'll wrap this video up. All right. Bouncing off the ribbon, right? We were condensed. We're probably going to expand. When you expand, that's a very, very bullish kind of circumstance to be in. Daily ribbon here, looking like it wants to cross. Oh my God, it is going to cross. We're going to get the cross today, you guys. Bullish cross today. All right, so we broke the nipple on the W. We broke that right there, right? We definitely did yesterday, and we're getting the result exactly what you'd expect after that. And we're going to flip this bullish today. I mean, what happened last time we flipped it bullish? I guess here when we flipped it bullish, we already had our move up. Here it's a little bit different. We're not so far away from it. I think that I don't think that we're going to do this. What about the time before that we flipped it bullish? Let's see. Or even here where we flipped it bearish. You flipped it bearish and you continue to go down, right? Continuously for a good bit. Here, whenever you flipped it bullish, that was the very beginning. That was all the way down to 0015, 0016, whenever we flipped this bullish. And look at, I mean, just the repercussions of that were fantastic, right? I would more associate what we're doing now with what happened there, less so with this, you know. But anything can happen. We could have a false cross. I doubt it, but yeah, we're going to continue moving up, guys. Things are looking good. I don't have anything else that I want to say. I've said everything I need to say. The 3-day one looks good as well. Yeah, we're bouncing. We're going to start expanding. Contracting the ribbon and then expanding is a very, very bullish environment to be in. I got nothing else. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Thank you all for being here. And yeah, if you're thinking about buying OnyxCoin here, it's not too late. It's definitely not too late. I don't think it's a problem to buy here at all. It's not as ideal as it was, you know, weeks ago or even a few days ago now, but it's still a good time to buy. If you believe like I do that we're going to go to 26 cents or higher, then you've at least got a 10x with this thing, which that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. Are you losing money leverage trading? Are you losing money trying to spot trade? Good. Well, or maybe not good, but good for you that you found this. Now you can get a 10x, make all that money back. I mean, what, you had $100, you bought it down to $10, put that $10 in, you'll have $100 and then some probably after this thing's done doing whatever it does. And you don't even have to stay up at night trading like a degen. You can just go to sleep, put it in here, let it grow, and you don't have to think about it. It's just going to do its thing. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.